Good afternoon. Welcome to Sheffield United Manager Conference. Luke, first and foremost, welcome to Sheffield United.
Thanks very much, mate. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm looking forward to hitting the ground running and getting some good results under our belt.
With the club being close to your heart, what's your knowledge like on the squad that you're currently inherited?
Yeah, I've had my eyes on Bramall Lane since I was a young man. I've followed the squad the whole time. I know the team relatively well. I've met the captain before in my other managerial work. And it's just more I'm looking at the youth side, seeing where we can develop and who's ready to take that step up into the first team.
Also inherit contractual problems, most notably with John Lundstrom now in his final year. What are your plans with him as he's been such an integral part of the squad?
Yeah, John had a great season in our first season in the Premier League. You can't deny that. Ultimately, though, I want to be here and I want players who want to be here with me. So if John's not going to be up to the challenge for whatever reason, then that's a conversation that we need to have. I'm not saying that is the case. I've not had a chance to sit down with him, but it's going to be something that I definitely want to get knocked on the head because I only want people who want to be here for the forthcoming years.
You mentioned previously that you have worked with the current captain, Billy. There's a lot of talk on social media that there might be a possible change in captaincy. Can you comment on that?
Yeah, of course. One thing that I do know for certain is Billy is a Sheffield United lad. He's been here, this is his third time here and his most successful stint here. He's integral to what we're doing at the club and he will be remaining the captain. Vice captaincy may well change. Bauer is a popular figure at the club. I'll be looking to hopefully get him in the vice captaincy position.
A lot of talk in the papers is of Chris Wilder's legacy lasting, overshadowing yours currently. So a lot of people say it's a tough act to follow. What represents success for Luke Van Dome in charge of the Blades?
Yeah, well, Chris, first and foremost, I'd like to thank Chris for the work he has done here. He's taken this club from the depths of League One to the Premier League where we are now, and I've got a much different challenge presenting me than what Chris had when he first took over at the club. But success for me starts first and foremost with hard work. I think that's what the fans and the terraces want. It's certainly what I demand as a coach. So we'll be looking at getting 40 points, staying in the division this season as a bare minimum, and then from there we can build on that.
Great. And while we're focusing on Chris Wilder, a lot of his said of his style of play. Fans are used to seeing their centre-halves playing as wingers. Will we be seeing the overlapping system under your management, or will we be seeing your own stamp of authority?
Well, first and foremost, football is a result business. So I'll be doing whatever needs to be done to win the games. I want to do that in a suitable style. I don't want to rip up the DNA of the club, but it's been noted that there's not been enough goals probably in the last season. Obviously, the young man Rian's been brought in to try and bridge that gap a little bit, but I don't want to put all the pressure on that lad's shoulders. He's quite young still. So our style of play is going to be designed in a way to try and score more goals and make sure we climb the division.
Great. Will any of the coaching staff remain from Chris's tenure? I know that a lot of the time the coaching staffs are like one family, so a lot of the time when one does move on, they all go. So what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I've had a brief chat with Alan Nill, who has been Chris's assistant. Because Chris is going to be taking a period of time out of work, football management, Alan's agreed to stay on with us, which I'm thrilled about. Alan's a dead cert, I want to keep him in, but the rest of the back room we need to be looking over and seeing what's a successful part of the club and which needs to be changed.
And one last question for myself, the big question on all the fans' lips, will we be seeing any new faces through the door at Bramall Lane this season?
Well, in terms of the summer business, I can confirm we've spent a lot of money this season to try and stay up in the summer, so nothing will be spent this summer. Looking into January, it's going to be a case of likely faces will need to move on for us to bring people in. But look, my tenure here, I plan to be here for many seasons. I don't want it to be a one-season wonder. So in terms of my tenure, it's going to become a Luke Van Dome side. It's just going to take a bit of time.
Positive thoughts there for the fans. Thank you very much for your time today, Luke, and good luck for the season ahead and hopefully many more seasons to come.
Thanks, Josh. Thank you, mate. Hello and welcome to LVD TV and most specifically Blades on the Brink, my new Football Manager 2021 series, my first ever series on YouTube, which I'm so excited to get going with. There's definitely going to be learning curves on the way without a doubt, but I thought, you know what, Football Manager is a game that I've loved since, I don't even know, I think I've been playing it for at least 10 years now, I'd say. I've got some amazing memories of it, especially at university when I was playing it and I should have been doing university work, so I remember more of that than what I probably do with my coursework. But I've loved football since I was about 7 years old, and I've fallen in love with Sheffield United at this exact same time. I remember watching an FA Cup semi-final against Arsenal back in 2003. That was when I really sort of got the football bug, and I've never ever gotten rid of it since. By the way, look at my manager here. He looks like a burn victim or something, and they just absolutely mug you off with the haircuts. I don't know why they do that on this, but hey ho. Well, I've tried to make it look as realistic as possible with my ugly mug. But yeah, so what we're going to try and achieve this season, or this series, sorry, I want it to be a long-term series where, you come along with me as I sort of learn the game, and I also learn what it's like to do Football Manager YouTube videos, because I've never done anything like this before. So I'm giving it a go. It's my first one, so make sure you're nice. If you are new to me, which I'm guessing you probably will be watching this, then please make sure you subscribe. I'm looking to try and build Sheffield United into title contenders, European side, over a long period of time, obviously. We have got an older side at the moment, which I'm looking to try and transform a little bit, but I like to keep things quite real, so you will have seen that I've put the transfer window off for the first part of the season. That's just because I think the club's already spent its money, and I want it to stay as real as possible, because as we will see later on, Jack O'Connell in real life is actually injured. But for this save, he isn't. So I've already got a bit of a leg up there because he's a massive player for us. Same with John Fleck. He had a period out, but he's not injured on the game as well. So I've already got the rub of the green in that sense. I don't want to add to that by making signings now. I will definitely be making signings come January. I need to get some players out of the club. I discussed in the little mess about press conference here that John Lundstrom's going to be out of contract and he has absolutely no desire of signing a new deal. That's obviously a problem for me. I'm going to try and keep him out of the side, to be honest, because there's no point in me playing him over players that are going to be here. So I'll try and ship him on come January and get somebody a bit more youthful in maybe. He's a decent player, but because of his age and obviously he's got no desire to be here, as a Sheffield United fan, it doesn't really sit well with me, but you can see we've got no money. So for now, we're going to have to, pump the brakes on that a little bit. I think that we should be able to quite easily avoid relegation this season. It's just about what can we build past that and what can we do. I think this season is definitely going to be consolidation, see what we can get done. Not really too bothered about the cups at first as well. It's just about getting this first season out of the way, getting that first transfer window that you'll be excited to see under our belts, and seeing how we can kick on and who we can keep from the side and who we need to replace. They want us to play possession football at the club, and also they would like us to fight bravely against relegation. I always find that funny. So basically, don't be a Derby, which, like I said, I think we should be able to do. I don't think squad registration at this club will ever be a problem. It's probably the most heavily British-dominated club in the Premier League, I would say. So that's not going to be an issue, but we don't have any European football to bother with anyway. First off, obviously, we need to create a tactic. I think with this, what I'm going to do is keep things as true to sort of reality as I can in some degree. So I'm going to create sort of a Chris Wilder system. It doesn't really allow for overlapping centre-backs, Football Manager, as far as I can tell. But I've tried to recreate the system as best I can, as you'll see momentarily. So, yeah, but also, we don't score enough goals, I don't think, in real life, and I'm guessing that may potentially be an issue with Football Manager. So what I've done is, as you'll see in a minute, created a second, more attacking formation, which is designed for us to try and get up the pitch and score goals. Because end of the day, that's what's entertaining, isn't it? Scoring goals. I'd rather win a game 4-3 on this than win 1-0, just because it's more fun. But yeah, Sander's going to be a big player for us. He is in real life. He's come on this season. He seems to get a lot of praise, actually, Sander Berge this season. Or Berger, sorry, this season. But I don't necessarily know where it all stems from. He's a good player, but yeah, I don't know. People are saying he's like the only positive spark to what we've had going on this season. Obviously, a lot of our players have come in for criticism, none more so than the keeper that we've ended up paying £18 million to buy back from Bournemouth. I think, to be honest, it's just second season syndrome, but it's the fans not being in the ground, which is why we're struggling so much. I mean, to have 1 point from 9 games, it's like, that's alarm bells, really. I know that Wilder plays it down, but yeah, I don't know. Panic stations a little bit, I reckon. But this is the squad that you typically would see on a match day, really, on an ideal match day for us now, I think. Mousse is definitely our best striker. You've got Didzy behind him, who I still believe is a quality player, although, you know, he's quite slow and he's not really a goal scorer. You've got Rammers in net, Basham, Egan, O'Connell, which is our best back three by a mile. Then you've got Ender and Baldock. Although Lowe, who we've signed this season for the left-hand side, I don't really know if he's an adequate backup, so we might be looking to shift him on in the future. Midfield options were definitely low on, especially considering Lundstrom's a bit of a sketchy one. I don't really want to play him. Up top, we've got plenty of options, but not much quality. I'm not really a big fan of McBurney. I do apologise, mate. But yeah, I don't see him in the long-term future of the club. I just couldn't tell you what he's good at. When I saw him at Barnsley and Swansea, I thought, yeah, this guy's an aerial threat. You know, he's going to be an animal in the air. Maybe something a bit different, something that we need, because we didn't really have a focal point up top. We've always had sort of poachers like Billy Sharp and Mousse, and even if you look at Brewster coming in, for example, but he was more of a physical presence, but it's not really worked out. He misses too many open chances, and he doesn't hold the ball up well enough for me. Obviously, Wilder likes him, but yeah, not my cup of tea. Then finally, just coming into the staff. I mean, when I got here, the staff is bottom of everything. So that was a bit of a red flag to me as well. Jack Lester, absolute legend of the club, which I felt a bit bad getting rid of him, but at the end of the day, I need to get results. So I'm going to have a complete overhaul of the back room. I'm going to keep Alan Nil and myself. Obviously, I'm not going to sack myself. But other than that, I pretty much get rid of everybody. So what I'm going to do is finish off showing you who's going, get rid of those, and then we're going to join back up with myself in a live bit of commentary ready for the first game of the season, where I'll show you what tactics I've got going on, how pre-season's gone, and our first game of the season with our new backroom staff and our new starting 11. Right, hello, welcome back to the live portion of today's video. We have got our first game of the season, which is against Everton. Unfortunately, I decided by accident not to include real fixtures, which I'm actually quite gutted about. So we don't have the real fixture list for this season, but we've got this far, so I'm going to keep going. And the first season isn't that important anyway. It's just a case of us getting it out of the way, and then it's on to us doing our actual team, how we want it to be. I will just quickly show you the staff changes that we've made. So originally we were the bottom of everything. We're now, about middle to, we've got the 5th best defensive coaches in the Prem. We've got the 6th best attacking coaches. We've made a lot of change there, and also we managed to get our scouting off the ground. There is one coach of note that I want to draw your attention to. Let's just have a look if I can find him. This is all the new team. Here he is. Andrea Barzagli. We've managed to get to Sheffield United on £2,500 a week as a coach. If this doesn't just show you why I love Football Manager, then I don't know what will, because the fact we've got this fella in Sheffield when it's drizzly and raining, when he's come from being in Turin for, 7 years, it just shows you what we can do. I think, to be honest, sort of spoiler alert, maybe Alan Nil might go after this season, just because I feel a bit of a cheat having him here. So Andrea may well step up, just because I'm quite excited the fact that he's here. Other than that, we've signed Bats. He's not a bad goalkeeper coach, a lot better than what we did have. To be fair, the coaching setup in general is just a lot better, and hopefully we can keep growing that next season, because for us, we've got a small budget, and training our players is going to be essential to making them better. This is how we got on in pre-season. Bit of a mixed bag, mostly winning. We got beaten by, you tell me, 1-0. And then we managed to beat Bolton 2-0 with Ender Stevens popping up. We smashed Ozone 9-0. Drew with Inter Milan, which Jack O'Connell had a bit of a interesting game. Beat Cesena, beat Miklova. I decided to make them my last friendly because one of my very best friends is actually their captain, so I thought, why not get that in there? Bramall Lane, 10,000 fans went. It was a bit of an occasion. And Ollie McBurney actually managed to get a brace. I don't know how many games he'll actually be getting this season, but we'll take it from there. Anyway, what we're all here for today, let's get into the first game of the season. My first ever game of FM21. It's trying to give me tips, look. I don't know why this is on. I don't need this. Selection. Okay, let's go. It's going to be a difficult game. Let's be real. And I actually think I might start McBurney and Moose in this game. Everybody looks fit and well. I think I'm going to go with the standard 11, to be honest. McGoldrick's needing some under 23s to come back to fitness. Billy Sharp's playing in the under 23s for fitness. I think I'm quite happy with that side. So tactics, it's a mixed bag. Oliver Burke and Ollie McBurney, the Olivers, are worried about the formation. Well, let me worry about that, boys. Very tough game. Everton at home for the first game of the season, and they've got James Rodriguez. Oh, this is nice. I've done this. That's way better. Richarlison, James Rodriguez, Decore, Allen. The team is ridiculous. Mason Holgate, Donny Ladd, oi. Dominic Calvert-Lewin on the bench though, and Iwobi starting scenes. I do think that Football Manager is suited to being 2D, but I do like this sort of cinematic design that they've got. First 10 minutes have been pretty quiet. Not too much has happened. We've had one shot. Got a chance here. Baldock into McBurney. Plays a good ball in. Moose is there. Ooh, I'm hoping Moose can get double figures this season if I can keep him fit. I love him in real life, but he doesn't stay fit at all. Alright, Baldock making them runs, man. Bit of a dead ball. Oh, but John Fleck straight onto that. Moose is there. Oh. Right, free kick in our own half. Ollie Norwood. Ollie Norwood's been off the pace this season as well. I guess everyone has, but absolute baller Norwood. Berger, Norwood. This is good passing possession play from the Blades. Johnny Fleck. Sees that overlap, surely. Ender. What have you got? So ball back to Fleck on edges. Sander Berger. Oh, not meant to be. It's Ollie Norwood with his exquisite delivery. Whips one in. It's poor. Second attempt. Moose. Get in! The first goal of the Luke Van Dome era. Moose. I'm telling you, boys. I'm telling you. At least 10 this season. At least 10. Talk to me about that first delivery, though, from Norwood. Not the best clearing header, to be fair, from Rodriguez. But Moose on the second. Love it. That's all she wrote. It's half-time for the Blades. Leading 1-0 courtesy of a Lise Moose header in the 35th minute. I'll tell you what, this is new, isn't it? XG. So we deservedly lead on XG. We've had 6 shots, 3 on target to theirs 3 and none on target. Let's get in the dressing room. Let's blow a bit of wind up the boys. So let's go. I would normally go passionate, so I'm going to go pump fist. Things are going well, but I know you're capable of even better. You know what I mean? Just say to the boys, we have got high standards this season. Let's go. Let's get straight back into it. Second half, let's go. Thing is with this system, I wanted to sort of put my own stamp on things here, but I don't want to just try and change everything too quick. And I do actually like the system. Ideally, I would probably change us back to how we played in the Championship, where for those who don't follow the Blades, we had somebody in what was called the Duffy role, where as now we're playing in a flat midfield 3, it was more of a 5-2-1-2. So you had somebody in behind to sort of create behind the strikers. That's something that I think I'm going to try and move towards. But just as I'm talking here, Rodriguez has got a second attempt. Iwobi's here in the box. It's clear as far as Godfrey. What are you going to do? Oh, side netting. I thought that was a post. One thing that I'm not really sort of used to yet is how much fitness people have left. It's just like on a heart now condition. We're going to take off. Ooh, how about? I want to change his role. Oh, God. We'll play him as a pressing forward on support. Playing it out from the back always scares me, man. Right, what we got? We're looking good. What am I talking about? Baldock with a ball into Moose. Picked out easy. See, now we're susceptible on the counter. Bernard. They've got some nippy players. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, former Blade. But Ollie Norwood tracking back. My enforcer. What's Berger got in his locker then? Oh, my ballskis. Oh, you've got to finish, Moose. Norwood whips one. Can never beat that first man, but always seems to get a second bite of the cherry. What's he doing this time? 360 no scope. Burke. Oh. Right, I think more changes have got to come in now. Boys look like they're flagging a bit. Oh my God, John Fleck is on his arse. Right. Ben Osborne and Baldock is like strugs him alone, man. Let's get some players on. Bogle and Ben Osborne, let's go. Get a bit of energy back in the team. Gylfi. Oh, things you hate to see, man. I tell you what, Gylfi Sigurdsson, in years gone by, whenever he stood over a free kick, it's always a guaranteed goal. Although, this is our first VAR decision, and I would love it if we could get the decision. A nice cheeky 1-0 win. Come on. Goal review, offside. Goal disallowed. Pushing another player. You can't be doing that, boys. I love that. Love that. Let's just see this out. First game of the season. First 3 points. Come on. Bogle on his debut. Throws it straight to Allen. That's what you want to see. Berger's getting a foot in. Oh, Berger's getting more than a foot in. Ollie Norwood. What have you got, son? Picks out Ben. To Moose. To Ollie Burke. Back to Norwood. It's sensational. Ollie Burke back on the ball. Back to Ozzy Osbourne. It's a corner. That's it, boys. That's all she wrote. 3 points for the Blades on my debut. You can't beat it. You can't beat it. Let's get back in the dressing room. Let's just show outstretched arms. Well done, lads. A very good victory. Oh, absolutely love it. Continue. The media reaction. A win in your first competitive match as Sheffield United manager. Could you have wished for a better start? It's a great match. Everything went according to plan. I tell you what, 1-0, opening day. It doesn't get better than that. That is going to be ending it for today's episode. However, I'm just going to check out the schedule for you and let you know when we'll be back. So we do have big games against Arsenal and City. I am looking to sort of burn through this season, like I've already said. So I'm trying to think of a game that is significant enough to come back for. I will probably come back for the Liverpool and Spurs double header just there. And then I'll let you know how I've been getting on, and we'll take it from there because we'll be building up to January, then, and we're definitely going to be playing the West Ham and Leeds games without a doubt on camera. Both of those will probably be live because they're massive games for the Blades. So thank you very much for watching. If you are new to me, which I'm guessing you are, please make sure you subscribe. Leave any comments in the comments section down below. Apologies. Of suggestions that you want for the series, players that you think we can sign, what you think went well, what you think could go better, and I will see you in the next episode as soon as possible. Bye!